Now, where Mayor Butts is speaking out about the 49ers fans apparently beaten.
Identified as Daniel Luna, 40 years of age, of Oakland, California. On Sunday, the 30th of January, at approximately 4 p.m., civilian security personnel came across Daniel Luna in Lot L of SoFi Stadium on the ground, unconscious. They called into the SoFi command post, and paramedics were dispatched to handle a medical call of a possible injured person. They treated him at the scene and transported him to UCLA Harbor General Hospital. The Inglewood Police Department was notified of the injured person at approximately 7 p.m. Mr. Luna was placed into a medically induced coma prior to the officers being able to interview him. This was done to prevent brain swelling as he was bleeding intracranially. The doctor also noted facial fractures. At this time, medical personnel were unsure of the exact causation of Mr. Luna's injury. One physician opined that Mr. Luna was potentially the victim of an assault. IP detectives have now located video which depicts Mr. Luna mingling with a group of other fans in the parking lot. The overwhelming majority of these fans were wearing red 49er jerseys. There appears to have been an altercation and pushing between Mr. Luna and who we now name as a suspect. It appears that the injured person, Luna, pushed the suspect from behind. It appears that the suspect then retaliated by pushing Mr. Luna from behind and then struck Mr. Luna once in the mouth area. Mr. Luna fell to the ground, where he was later found by security personnel who summoned paramedics. We believe we've identified a vehicle associated with the suspect. He was seen interacting with the occupant of that vehicle. The suspect was wearing a Rams jersey. From the video, all that can be ascertained is that the victim was wearing a white jersey. The Inglewood Police Department is continuing the investigation, and we're asking the other involved party to contact the IPD at 310-412-8771. If there are any questions, we'll take them at this time. What? Wait a minute. I found out about this afternoon. Next question. Next question. Next question.
What are detectives telling you about the suspect, the car, that type of thing? Can you give us more background about it?
Well, they do have a license plate, but because we don't know that this is the suspect's vehicle, we're not releasing that information at that time. We're trying to locate the vehicle and interview the owner. Not that I know of. That's a very good question. We only recently located the video which allowed us to identify the vehicle. Wait a minute, see if you guys all took it. So let's go 1, then let's go 2. Who wants to be 3? And you'll be 3. So let's do it like that. Go ahead. No, I didn't say that. I called a press conference as soon as I had the details. Please, we're not going to do it like this. I called a press conference as soon as I knew we had enough details to get help from the press. 2.
So you're saying that nobody in the police department informed you of this attack from Sunday to Thursday?
Okay, first of all, we don't have a statement from the victim. We had no victim that said I was attacked. And so that's why at the time that the video was located, that's when I was notified.
The video wasn't located until today?
What I'm saying is I got the results. The video may have been located yesterday. I got the information today. 3? 3?
Well, you can cut us off if you
want. Well, what I'm saying, I said 3. Go ahead, sir.
Is the camera good enough to give you a picture of the suspect?
It's very blurry.
No description of
It's very blurry. It's very blurry.
But no description.
I mean, he looked like a male, either Hispanic or white. That's all I could tell from the video that I saw. Okay, I know. With all due respect, you'll wait until I come back, Phil. You'll wait until I come back to you if it's all due respect. Okay, hold on. That's 3. You. No, they did not. It was a very quick altercation. There's a group of people. The overwhelming majority are in red 49ers jerseys. You see one person being pushed from behind, and then you see that person turning around, pushing the other person who turned away from them, and then striking that person once in the mouth area. Hold on a second. That's what the video shows.
Did doctors tell you that the facial fractures are from him falling face first onto the...
The doctors did not opine on where the facial fractures came from, that I know of.
But he struck his head and face on the pavement when he went down.
The video shows him striking his head back first.
So why is nobody from the police department?
Because they're investigating the crime, and I'm giving you all the best information we can without compromising the investigation. I couldn't tell you that. I don't have that information. They are out, even as we speak, attempting to locate that vehicle and interview the person that owns that vehicle. Excuse me? Mr. Luna was in a group of fans. The overwhelming majority of them looked like they had red 49ers jerseys, and then this happened.
Characterize again for us, please, the encounter between your victim and your assailant.
I think I was pretty clear on it, Beverly.
But we'd like to
Beverly, very clearly, there's a group of people mingling in Lot L. The victim, Mr. Luna, pushes someone from behind. That person, when Mr. Luna turns away, pushes him, takes another step towards him, and punches him, looks like in the mouth area. Mr. Luna falls back on his head, on the back of his head.
Are you going to be releasing some of this video so we can show it to the public out there and maybe generate some leads for it?
The video is not clear enough in clarity to recognize faces, but you definitely can recognize jerseys. You can recognize male versus female. But right at this time, the video is not going to be released. There may become a point, if we cannot run down that car, if that car is not related, that it may be released.
So you know there are a number of witnesses that saw what was
Oh, there.
What was your message to them?
Well, okay, I'll get, first of all, the message to the other party involved is come and turn yourself in and have a discussion with the investigators. Anybody that was involved and witnessed this altercation should come forward or call the number that I just gave. Okay, hold on, so we'll go. You've been waiting patiently. 1, 2. I knew that we had an injured person. I did not know that we had an allegation of an assault. We had a person that was in a medically induced coma that officers never got to interview. No, I didn't find that out on Sunday. Stop. First of all, I'm asking you, but you're interrupting me. So what I'm saying is that when I found out that we had something that could be a crime, that is when I called the press conference, which is today. I don't have the timestamp on the video. I know that the civilian security people called it in at 4 p.m. on Sunday. I know that at 7 p.m. on Sunday, they let the IPD know that there was an injured person, and that person was in a medically induced coma.
And the reason I'm asking, sir, is because people in the vicinity at that incident, it might jog their memory if you give us a time.
But what I'm telling you is that 4 p.m. I don't have the time step on the video, but obviously it wasn't much longer because he was laying in lot L. But I don't know that. I don't have that information right now. There is plenty of security in the parking lot. You're not going to have a security person everywhere there are people in the parking lot. I'm very comfortable there was sufficient security. You're not going to stop every altercation, argument that occurs between vans. It's just not going to happen.
I'm sorry, sir, can you be able to estimate like the entire length of the encounter?
Oh, the encounter was about 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Push, turn around, push, punch. It wasn't even 5 seconds.
You said initially it looked like there were people that were in red shirts, but then you mentioned some that were in
Well, there was a crowd. The crowd overwhelmingly had red 49ers jerseys. I'm assuming 49ers. I couldn't make it out from the video. There was a person in a yellow jersey, looked like it had some blue in it. So I'm making an assumption that was a Rams jersey. Mr. Luna was wearing what appeared to be a Rams jersey. Yes, the injured person. Wait, let me go back to Phil. So Phil, finish your question. So what it looks like, there was a group of people mingling. There didn't seem to be any hostilities. For whatever reason, the person in the yellow jersey pushed someone in a red jersey from behind, turned to walk away. That person came and pushed Mr. Luna from behind. And when Mr. Luna turned around, he punched him, it looked like in the mouth area.
How sure are you guys that is the
Excuse me?
How sure can you be? Because all this stuff that is a 49ers fan. Are we thinking maybe it was like a gold jersey?
It was a gold jersey. I have no surety that it was a Rams fan. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. It looked like a 49ers group gathering. So I don't know if Mr. Luna is a Rams fan or 49ers fan. I just know that his jersey was a different color than the vast majority of the others. I did not say that at all. I know that the law enforcement had access to it because they were looking for video. So I believe either yesterday or late the day before.
It's been 4 days. Facts as presented right now have not changed in the 4 days since. So
Actually, the facts did change. The facts are that the call was of an injured person. The facts was that person was not interviewed by law enforcement. The facts are there was no way to know that there was a crime until that video was located. I think it's acceptable. I do. I'd say potentially 15, 16 people.
I mean, you've been around for a while. Is it fair to say that SoFi, the police department, and others in the city have preferred this never came to light the week leading up to the Super Bowl?
That-
Keep it as clean, as healthy as possible.
That's absolutely untrue, and it's ridiculous, and I don't think this has any impact on the game or SoFi's reputation, and no one had any such thoughts about this.
we can have away from the Super Bowl. All eyes are on Houston, all eyes are on LA. Now this situation is coming up, and it brings back a lot of dark memories for a lot of LA fans from what happened in 2011 at Dodger Stadium. So
Well, I'd say this, it's obviously a different type of situation. The situation in Dodger Stadium is in nowhere comparable to this, and to be blunt about it, it looked like a small altercation that went very bad from one punch and someone falling, hitting their head on the ground. It wasn't like you had people ganging up on somebody and beating them as you did in Dodger Stadium. Yes. Absolutely. No, you don't notify anyone every time you have an injured person. There's sometimes people are intoxicated. They fall and hurt themselves. There are people that have medical problems, congestive heart failure. There are all types of injuries that occur in crowds, and you don't call and hold a press conference to everyone. That's exactly what happened. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Beverly. Will there be what? For the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl perimeters will be set probably 2 to 3 days ahead of the event, and those perimeters will primarily be pedestrian perimeters so that people can't just come and camp out right outside of SoFi.
Mr. Mayor, from the video, it sounds as if Mr. Luna is the one that instigated this confrontation. Do you agree with that?
It appears that way from the video, yes. Of course we do.
Have you personally spoken with your family?
Excuse me?
Have you personally spoken with your family?
No, I have not.
Will there be any additional security given now that you know that there may have been a fire?
No, there won't be additional security. There's an extremely vigorous security profile at SoFi Stadium. That being said, you will not be able to prevent every interaction of a negative nature that happens between fans. This incident occurred in less than 5 seconds. In less than 5 seconds. Hold on 1 second. I don't have that description. The police department has that description. Because we don't know that the people in that car are involved in this incident, that's not being released at this time. We want to contact them and interview them first. Yes. No, I didn't. No, not Mr. Luna. The other party that threw the punch interacted with someone in this vehicle. And that's why we want to contact them to get the identity of that person. Hold on 1 second, Phil. Yeah. The person that struck Mr. Luna in the mouth. A red jersey. And you could not make out a team name on that jersey. Just the assumption was it was a 49ers jersey. Phil, go ahead.
So, an unconscious person is in the parking lot transported to a level 1 trauma center. And there's no protocol to notify the police department at that time?
Actually, the paramedics did. They did it at 3 hours later.
3 hours.
Yes, they did.
Hospital.
Like I said, now you're beyond me. I don't know if it was hospital or I'm sure it was the paramedics. I'm sure it was the paramedics. but you will. Mm-hmm. No, I did not see the Times article. See, now I really should not do that. I'm going to give you the facts as I know them. It'll be up for a district attorney to characterize it as a crime. I'm giving you the sequence of events as I have seen the video. I saw the video probably 20 minutes ago, and it appears from the video that the person in the yellow jersey pushed someone in the back in a red jersey. That person, within 2 seconds, turned around, pushed the person in the yellow jersey from behind, and when that person turned around, he struck him, it looked like, in the mouth, and then that person fell backwards.
Can you say when the police chief learned about this, Lieutenant?
No, I really can't.
Would they normally?
All right, you've been listening to a live press conference from James Butts, the mayor of Inglewood, and we're getting a little bit of a clarification on what happened to Daniel Luna, the person found injured at SoFi Stadium during the NFC Championship game. He is now in a coma in the hospital, a drug-induced coma because of a brain injury. So according to the mayor, there is now video of the altercation. And apparently, Daniel Luna, the person who's in the hospital, started the altercation by pushing a fan in the back. That fan pushed him back, punched him in the face, and he fell to the ground, hitting his head badly. It gets confusing as to who was wearing what jersey. At first, we believed Daniel Luna to be a Niners fan, but now the mayor is saying he was wearing a yellow jersey, which may indicate that he was a Rams fan. We're just not sure. He is from Oakland, though. The suspect now, he is saying, had a red jersey on, was talking to a group of people, in particular, some people in a car. They have the license plate of the car, but they don't want to release it right now because they aren't sure yet if the people in that car are actually associated with the suspect. They don't know who the suspect is, but if you saw anything, witnessed anything, or the people in that gathering or in the car, please contact the Inglewood Police Department. We'll try to get some clarification on who was